Hello YouTube people, in today's little video I'll show you a very happy looking chronograph watch from Addiesdive called AD2095. This video is sponsored by AliExpress. AliExpress gave me a budget which I was free to spend on any watches that I wanted for my videos, so that's what I did, and I bought 3 watches. I bought this Addiesdive, I also bought this brand new watch, and one watch is still on the way. That's Addiesdive AD2099, and AliExpress sponsored me this time in order to promote the ongoing summer sale, which will be going till 25th of June. And this time price is actually very reasonable, and not only that, but also the coupon codes, the discount codes, actually very reasonable. Check out the description of this video, you will find very nice discounts. So for example, this Addiesdive, which is, it's a fresh model, it's a new release. Usually new releases are actually rather expensive, but this watch right now goes for 60 euros, and as for a new release especially, I think that's actually a very reasonable price. So yeah, don't miss out, this sale will be going till 25th of June. AliExpress, thank you very much for sponsoring me once again. Let me tell you the measurements, and as always I did all the measurements myself. The size of my wrist is 16.5 centimeters or 6.5 inches. This watch is naked like that, it weighs 45 grams. Diameter of the case is 38 millimeters. Lug to lug distance is 46.1, lug width is 20. Thickness of this watch is 12.7 millimeters, quite a lot for such a small watch, but in my opinion it actually looks nice. We will talk about that later. This watch has mineral crystal with very beautiful blue anti-reflective coating, which I like very much. And water resistance rating on this watch is, well, a little bit optimistic. As for a chronograph watch, it's 100 meters. And inside we have VK64 movement, and the crown is just a simple push-pull crown. And let's do a little Lume comparison, this chronograph Addiesdive versus my daily Addiesdive, and obviously it is not performing as well because there isn't that much of a lume on this watch. Those indices and hands are rather slim, but still it performs rather well. It does last till the morning, and it all looks very nice. It's blue lume, it's all the same on indices and hands, color is the same, intensity is the same. And I actually see lume on this watch shining multiple times throughout the day on my wrist. So, even though there isn't much of it, it's very slim, it still performs rather well, even in comparison to this watch. So let me turn on the lights, let me show you which watch I'm talking about. Yeah, this is my lovely daily watch. The strap on this watch is rather nice. It's a rather luxurious looking nylon strap. Strange thing to say about nylon strap, but yeah, this one does have a little bit of a luxury vibe somehow. And on my 16.5 centimeter wrist or 6.5 inches, there is this much of a strap still left. So if you have bigger wrists, I think you'll be fine. So let me give you a little bit better look at this strap, how it looks like. So those holes seem to be a little bit heat treated, and the end of the strap as well. And the hardware looks very nice on this watch, stitched in one place. And the buckle is simple, no engraving, but it's nicely finished. There is no sharpness on the buckle, and generally speaking I like this pattern. I think it's a nice nylon strap, and as you can see it has a little shine on it, and this little shine on it does give a little bit of luxurious vibe for me personally, and I think it fits this watch very nicely. Before I start doing quality inspections, let me just give you a general overview about this watch, my general impressions, and I must say that my view on this watch is very, very positive, despite the lack of sapphire crystal. But for the given price of 60 euros, when the watch looks this good and has well-performing lume, I mean, there is very difficult to complain. It's very difficult to complain, especially when mineral crystal on this watch is this good. It's this nice. Basically, it's, well, as far as mineral crystals go, this is as good as it gets, really. So it has very beautiful shape, very good anti-reflective coating, and it's blue. I love blue anti-reflective coatings on a watch. And there are a lot of interesting things about this watch that I wanna get into details and tell you. So first of all, let's begin with the thickness of this watch. It is 12.7 millimeters in thickness, which is quite a lot for a small watch. But in my opinion, it works on this watch because it looks intentional. You know, sometimes a watch is thick and it feels like they've just not able to make it any slimmer. It's like, oh, sorry, it's a cheap watch, what do you want? Yeah, it's thick. No, with this watch, thickness feels intentional. It's like part of the design because you can see multiple layers. I really like this kind of a sandwich design where you can, from side profile, you can see the case back, you can see bottom of the case itself, you see middle portion of the case, you see top portion of the case, and you see the bezel, and then you see this mineral crystal sticking out. There are multiple layers breaking down the thickness. It looks nice. To my eyes, the thickness on this watch is like part of the character. I like that. And it doesn't feel top heavy because it's a lightweight watch. It's a small lightweight watch. It's just 45 grams, you know. I just don't feel this watch on my wrist. And speaking from side profile things, you know, I really love the lug design and how slim the middle portion of the case is. It looks elegant. It has very strong vintage vibe, very strong vintage aesthetics, which I love very much. Generally speaking, this watch looks like some kind of vintage watch. I like that very much. I think it looks awesome, speaking proportion wise, and you know, all kinds of single separate details on this watch. It's a very well done watch visually, and you know, it doesn't matter how you look at this watch, it's just nice. You know, for example, let's take a look at the pushers and the crown. The pushers on this watch, they have beautiful engraving. I mean, when was the last time when you saw pushers with engravings from AliExpress, especially at 60 euros, you know? I think they look beautiful, and they're very nice to touch, and they have very nice clicky feedback, which is very rather, you know, audible. You can actually hear them clicking and resetting as well. They feel very satisfying. Very satisfying to use. And the crown on this watch, one of you have pointed out that the crown seems like it's sticking out away from the case. So let me show you something. It's not what you think, you know. It's not what you think. Let me show you. The crown on this watch is actually the shape of a little mushroom, as you can see, and the case itself has a little cutout, and when you push the crown in, it actually sits almost inside the case. And this mushroom form is just because, you know, you could grip this crown a little bit easier to pull it out. So it's practical, and also I kind of like the design that it is sticking out a little bit like a little mushroom, you know. And let's move on to the dial of this watch. There are several options to choose from, inverted colors, this one and the black one. And to be perfectly honest with you, this is not what I would choose for myself personally. I chose this color version because it's gonna look nice on camera, which it does. I believe it's gonna look awesome in pictures. And I think it's gonna be rather popular because it's interesting. It's something new, you know. It's eye-catchy. So yeah, that's why I chose this color. But if I would buy a watch personally for myself, I would probably go for the black version. Because, well, in general, I'm just a boring person, so that's why I would choose black dial version, because this color looks like extra sweet, extra happy. At the very end of the video, I'll show you how this watch looks like in a daylight outside, and the color on this dial changes quite a bit depending on the type of light it hits this watch. Let me turn off this orange background light. Maybe you're gonna get a little bit better view of the color. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of blue, but it's a little bit green. It depends, you know, it depends. It looks actually the best in a daylight. So in these studio lights, it doesn't really look that good, to be honest with you. It's a nice watch. It looks good, yeah. But you will see how it looks like in a daylight. In a daylight, this thing looks awesome. It looks amazing. But for me personally, as I told you, it's almost a little bit too happy, too sweet. It doesn't really fit my personality very well, to be honest with you. But I still enjoy it. I still appreciate that it's a little bit different. There's something very interesting. And you know what? Let me zoom in a little bit and give you the best view I can possibly give you on the dial. Let's clean off a little bit of the dust which I can't probably see. So taking a better look at the dial, I really like the positioning of a date window. I think it's very nicely integrated to overall design. I really love those distortions on the edges of the mineral crystal. Those tiny hands on the subdials, they have beautiful shape. I think they're very nice. I love the, it's not a chapter ring. This is like some kind of a minute track around the watch. I think it's beautiful. Everything about this watch, there is nothing I could complain about visually speaking. Okay, let's do a little bit of a quality control, and I believe there is one thing that is already poking your eyes a little bit. It's the positioning of the chronographs as second hand, which, okay, let's start the chronograph, let it run a little bit, let's stop it, let's reset it. And this second hand doesn't really stop right in the middle, it's like 1 second ahead. Initially it has annoyed me a little bit, but it's not misaligned enough to really annoy me. So basically a few minutes in, this watch on my wrist, and I kind of forgot about that, and I don't really see that anymore. So it's misaligned enough to notice, but it's not enough to annoy me. But yeah, the fact is that it is actually a little bit misaligned. Now, speaking about misalignment, let's actually check the alignment of hands themselves. So let's set on exactly 6. Let's see how is the alignment. And alignment, it seems nice, it's straight. Also looking at the 24-hour subdial, also alignment seems fine. And you know what, let's see how far from the minute it is going to flip the date. Let's do the date test. So 11 p.m, 11:30, 11:45, and now let's go slowly. Oh, come on, really? Come on, Addies. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's nice. That's very nice. I know, such simple things make me happy, just make me happy. So yeah, Addiesdive, you just made me happy. That's nice. So another thing about quality inspection is the finishing of the case, and generally speaking, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, there is nothing to complain about. And the lug ends, even lug ends actually feel nice. I don't feel sharpness on them. The only sharp place on this watch that I can find is the bottom edge of the case, right there. And then I can actually peel my pen into the bottom edge of the case, as you can see. But because of such lug design, you basically never gonna touch this edge. So it's not a big deal, honestly. And the lugs themselves, look, I can grind my pen into the lugs outside, inside. It just doesn't grind, it doesn't catch. So the lug ends themselves actually nice. So it's beautifully done, nothing really to complain about. It's a colorful watch, so let's put it on not so colorful strap. This is gray nylon strap which has this interesting pattern, and it is one of my favorites. It looks great on many watches, and I think this one also looks great on this strap. And this vintage style Raleigh leather strap with holes of some kind. Is this Raleigh style? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I think it looks great on a chronograph watch, especially vintage style. You know, vintage style strap on a vintage style watch. Well, I believe this is a vintage style watch, is it? I think it is, yeah. It's a bubbly case like that with this bubbly crystal, with those nice pushers. Yeah, okay. Let's call this watch a vintage style watch. And oh boy, it looks so nice in this lighting. I just want to take a little bit more time right now to give you a little bit, you know, all around shot. Man, it's such an eye candy, this watch. I think it looks awesome. I think this vintage style suede leather strap with those stitches is actually a very nice fit for this watch. I think it looks great. It looks original, you know, it looks like it's supposed to be like that. So that's nice. And this scratched up, bruised up leather strap also has a very strong vintage vibe. And I think it looks great on this watch as well. No surprise, no surprise, it looks wonderful. I think this sporty elastic nylon strap, which you can see very elastic, fits the style of this watch very well as well. It just looks happy. This bright gray color looks really good together with this happy looking watch. And finally, chainmail strap or bracelet on this watch. Yeah, shiny watch on a shiny bracelet. It looks great. I think this combination looks great. For the ending of this video, let's put this watch back on its original strap, which by the way looks really good on this watch. I think it matches very well and it feels nice. This strap feels like a good quality. And what I do differently right now is I have turned off studio lights, and what you see right now is just natural daylight coming through the windows. Sadly, the sun is not shining today, it's raining, but I still just want to give you a shot of natural daylight, how this dial looks like, how this whole thing looks like in a natural daylight sitting next to the window. Because man, this thing is just such an eye candy. This is that type of watch that doesn't need any talking over, you know, it does the talking for itself with its beauty and with its interesting color of the dial. By the way, the dial, the color is like, it's neither green, it's neither blue. You know what it reminds me? It reminds me my holidays next to the Mediterranean Sea. It's that color of water in Mediterranean Sea, and it reminds me holidays basically. That's what I really love about this dial on this watch. It's a holiday color of Mediterranean Sea water. So very, very nice. Oh, you know what? I just want to give you the shot all around while we are at this. There is nothing really else to say. Oh yeah, man, this thing is just, you know, I'm looking at this watch and I probably feel like a cat looking at Christmas tree with all kinds of shiny bits hanging on that Christmas tree branches. It's really beautiful. I think Addiesdive did a great job on this watch, great job. And you know, new release, and still the price is just 60 euros with discount codes applied. Oh boy, this thing is nice. This is nice, you know. This is a very nice watch. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.